So in here, I was getting ready. It was kind of a rainy, ugly day. I figured it might be a very slow, quiet, easy day to take my Intex Mariner 3 Raft out and try out my Suzuki DF2.5 motor with it. I've not taken the motor out on the Raft yet. I've been breaking it in on the engine stand so far. And it would be to use the styrofoam as transport inside my Mazda. I figured I would just set it on the back seat. Probably gonna use a tarp or cardboard. I don't want any gasoline or water to really get into my car, so I'll figure that out. The Raft should fit pretty easily into the trunk. I'm gonna bring some of this waterproof patch and seal tape from Gorilla, makers of Gorilla Glue. I gotta go get my air pump. I think it's in the basement. I'll bring my inverter in case I want to try out my electric air pump now that I've replaced the blown fuse in my car. So yeah, I've got pretty much everything ready to go. Want to give the motor a go. I'm pretty excited to try it. Probably go to Orchard Lake. So that's about it. Today's May 16th, 2021. So anyway, cheers. Alright, so trying out my Suzuki DF2.5 on Orchard Lake. Immediately I've got the struggle, the angle of the motor relative to the craft and relative to the water. It's all wrong. So I've got but my fingers were the propeller. I need that to go further away. Seems like the motor will work good, but I'd also like to find a way to make the back deck here more rigid. It's way too easy if you give the motor throttle that it bends. Watch. Yeah, that's bad. I'm also noticing the metal cable here bumps into my mount, so I'd like to see if I can rotate that maybe. Yeah, so gotta adjust the angle of the motor. Need to deal with the metal throttle cable here hitting the motor mount. Need to see if there's an intelligent way to make this whole back end more rigid. It really seems to struggle with the weight of the motor and the force of the engine at more throttle. Doesn't like it. Alright, so I just took my Suzuki DF2.5 out for its first test run on a lake. Basically the trim is really bad, so I'm going to adjust it so that the motor is more angled. I guess let me show you what I mean. But so we're going to adjust this, which is the trim adjustment. So first step, I'm going to tilt the motor. Right. All right, now we need to loosen the two nuts. So we need to loosen these two nuts. So that should be loose enough. Okay, let's read this again. Lock the motor, turn the lock nut counterclockwise while holding the nut. Loosen the nut. Then, step 3, pull the spacer and tilt pin out to the limit on both sides of the swivel bracket. Okay, then reposition them. So let's do that.
Alright,
hoping that gives us enough space. It should. Alright. Now, I don't think I want to go all the way, so let's try this second to last spot. Retighten them. I mean, fuck it. Just go to the extreme. Alright, so that should be good. So now our trim angle is adjusted. Let's lower our motor back down. Alright, I mean that's pretty extreme the other way, but using my raft, I mean it might be the only way to get it actually true to the water. So, but yeah, now I'm anticipating this will basically be about even when I mount it again. Made my trim adjustments so the engine is now angled correctly, and I've mounted the motor about 2 inches higher, which intended to avoid the metal throttle cable from bumping into the motor mount.
And it's easy to see that there's something there in your eyes.